Okay, about the working experience matters, but how much international experience really matters in the MBA application for these schools?
I think you also have the question on international experience. So, how many of you have international experience, and do you think it matters? You have, obviously. And
Yeah, I think it's not that international experience in itself matters, but what kind of experience you had and what is the diversity you dealt with. You know, if you go international and you're working in an Indian team itself, I don't think it makes that much of change. Like example, there were people who were working from Singapore in an Indian team and they are working on technology itself, IT background. So that wouldn't be a diversity for them. But if you're going international, handling some other country people and you're having some diversified options to do, like maybe you're going for some Brazil and you're handling some forest area over there for some purpose. So that adds diversity. So basically in terms of diversity, not in terms of exactly international experience, what I feel.
So it's what he said. It's not necessarily that I have never traveled abroad for work, so I definitely don't count in that. But yeah, I've worked. So being in IT, I think one thing that you would be working with some foreign clients or something. So that adds to your diversity and global experience. They would usually just ask you how you worked in a cross-cultural environment or how did you handle a person from a different nationality. So these are the kind of questions. So I think most of you who are working in IT would have got an opportunity to work with clients across geographies. So just quote that, and so that's pretty much. So it's not necessarily that travel just counts for an international experience.
It's all a part of the big jigsaw puzzle. So international experience is one component, but I don't think you should worry too much about that, because say you have other elements where you can really score on. I think that's what you need to focus on, because in none of my applications, so I had, as I mentioned before, I had a strong passion to tell them. And my entire essay was revolving around that. And even though I was trying to bring in some bit of international experience, the recommendation that was given to me is that is really not adding a lot of value in your story, because your story is on a different line altogether. So it depends on what your story is. If you really have differentiators apart from international experience, don't really work too hard to kind of acquire that international experience. But as the others said, if you can really create a difference, and if that international experience brings in a lot of value to your essay, then it makes sense. So that's the way you should go about it.
any more questions? Anything else?
What about the extracurricular activity you have mentioned in your application, or what are the suggestions for the aspirants?
Again, I think extracurriculars is not something that you can produce in a day or a month or so. So if you genuinely have it, do mention it. So some people say mentioning CSR activities is a very good, and you go and finding unnecessary fake experiences. Don't do that. If you really have something, show it, highlight it. If you've got some stories around it, do show them. So I explicitly mentioned a story about learning football and how it was my experience So I had a story, I just somehow used it in my essays. Not necessarily that you have to be very great in it, but if you have something genuinely, you have a passion towards something, do make sure that you make it a point to mention it in your essays or somewhere. But don't go about building extracurricular activities, because you can't do it, and don't fake it. Don't fake it. They get to know somehow or the other.
So what happens is, if you don't have NGO experience, they may think that you are a very shallow person, correct? But if you're going to put a fake 3-month experience, they know you're a shallow person, correct? All doubts will be cleared, right? And on to the international experience part, this is an interesting thing. So one more student, Shiv Prasad, who got through ISB this year, he's in Chennai, he's one of our Chennai students. So he actually had an interview with the panelist was a Crack4Ball faculty, but don't worry, both of them didn't know each other. Okay, he got to know later that he was a Crack4Ball faculty, and so I know the question that was asked. He said, I went on site to Malaysia for 3 months. Okay, and he was ready with all the questions they're going to ask about the project. Right? This guy, I know him, his name is Pradyot. He travels, he backpacks all over the world. So he says, great. What are the 5 things that you do in Malaysia on a weekend? And he was thinking, code. So international experience, as Naveen mentioned, is important, but you have to have a story to tell. If you don't have a story, then perhaps could be a little hard. Any other questions? We'll probably just have another 5 minutes, and then we'll get the
improve your profile, tough to say. What you can do is introspect, brainstorm, come up with a storyline, define your goals, have a concrete case with whoever or whatever you are, because you can't really, because 3 months you can't really fabricate something. So what you can try doing is better whatever you have, put it in a logical thought process, have your objectives laid out, and then connect your personal experiences, work experiences, stories to those objectives. This is what I would suggest doing in those 3 months.
I would suggest like it's not GMAT and then applications, it's GMAT, applications and then deadline. So it's applications are the whole thing after GMAT. So I personally took more time doing applications than the GMAT. So start writing your essays as soon as you can. I think that will improve your profile, the way you present it. It won't improve your profile, but the way you present it will improve.
So I think what happens is, how many of you have written an application essay? Some of you have, many of you have not. So sometimes what happens is you have application essays. I think a couple of years ago Kellogg had this thing. So they would say short-term goal, long-term goal, what did you do, achievement, failure, 7 questions over, 8th question, 250 words. Tell us something about yourself that would surprise us. Just imagine. You have a lot of things to shock them, but nothing to surprise. Because there is really, and that is when, as Harsha mentioned, you really go through this process where you really try to answer questions that you possibly have not answered yourself. Right? It's almost like, what is the value of life kind of thing, It's a truth statement. So I would recommend that you do that. Question?
Yes. Hi, my name is Vijay. So one thing is, I have a couple of questions. One is the value of a resume, because considering my work experience, I have a good about 9 years of experience. I don't want to have 4 pages of resume there. So what kind of information can I highlight on my resume? That's my first question. Second thing is, in terms of recommendation, it was great points said. But in terms of co-curricular activities, if I'm doing and if I'm getting a letter from someone else, can I bundle a couple of letters together, or it has to be just one?
2.
Okay, it's 2, is it? All right, thanks. And my another question, sorry, it's because I've been hearing a lot about the US colleges and outrightly people looking at ISBs, but I've never heard about something about IMBs. So did you really guys consider about the IMB programs as well?
The IMP?
IIMB.
IMB, okay. I heard IMP actually. I was thinking IIP am type kuch.
I would rather prefer IIM in that case.
So, I'll answer your question on the resume. So resume, I think, is the most important thing, because before they get into your essays and everything, they just scan through your resume and they get to know about what you've done. So resume should not be more than 1 page long. That's a standard which everybody tells, and it should incorporate all your stages or in your career, as in all the roles that you've played. Not that you have to give each and every detail of your project you went there. That's not needed. The key highlights and what you achieved. So resume should be something like that. I did this, this led to this, a cause and effect. So what you achieved by doing what. So keep it as brief as possible, and they would love your resume if it's very brief, concise and to the point, and it gives you exactly what you've done. So as much time as you spend on your essays combined, you should spend same equivalent amount of time on your resume. Send it to people who've gone through the process. Ask them to refine it, ask them to find out mistakes. Not necessarily that you have to overcome and take every feedback, but whatever you think you find comfortable, keep revising your resume on that. Yeah.
And one more thing about the resume is, you're not applying for a job, you're applying to B school. There's a difference. So if you're in a technical role for the past 9 years and you want to change jobs, for example, then you're going to put all the technical stuff in there. But if you're applying for B schools, don't do that. Don't put, I know C or I know Java or whatever. They don't want that. So put your achievements, put stuff you're proud of, what you did over the past 9 years, and try to show a direction. Like he said, he has a passion at automobiles. If you have something like that, just show direction and put the achievements which you're proud of. And what else did he ask? Recommendation is, it depends on school. Some schools have 1, most have 2, some have 3. So IIMs I didn't apply.
So did anyone if you apply to the IIMs? So I think there's an ISB panel, so probably we can ask them. So they might possibly be.
Resume again, 1 page, max of 2, some schools, but norm is 1 page again. So zoom out, don't get into details. Highlight, only highlight, put it into 4 or 5 buckets. Work experience, have 4 or 5 lines that you want to highlight about it, nothing more. Any papers, any patents, any publications, put that. Languages, put that. Any certifications, put that. Basic education. One vision statement at the top. I think that's pretty much it. You shouldn't. And resume is very important, because sometimes you have blind interviews and the interviewer has not read your essays. He just sees your resume. So make sure that he gets a gist of who you are by just looking at it. So get it reviewed as many times, spend a lot of time on it, make sure it's short and sweet, don't elaborate it too much. Co-curricular activities, again, as they mentioned, don't have it as a list. Make sure you're able to knit it through your stories and what you learned from those activities. So there's generally a format which you will learn when you start writing these essays. It's a CAR format or a STAR format. So situation, task, action, result, or cause, action, result kind of a structure that you use. And through this structure, you try to come up with, you try to highlight your leadership or any other kind of value that you have. So you have a backbone, which is your leadership or value or whatever you want to highlight. You have some stories put into this kind of a format. So if your co-curricular makes sense in that, weave it through it. Doesn't make sense to say that, I'm passionate about photography, I play badminton, I go rafting, and then I like to backpack and trek. I mean, they're kind of not connected at all. So depends on how you weave it together. IMB, I really didn't want to apply, but I have friends who have done the I think it's the PGPEX program, right? The 1-year program. So typically the work experience is on the higher side. I think you kind of fit that kind of work experience. One thing they all said was, if you're really focused about what you want to do after that, and a lot of people who come from PGPEX, they come on sabbaticals and also they already have negotiated for roles in their companies, and they kind of move up and all that. So they weren't very sure if it's the right program if you want to really experiment with your profile a lot and so things like that. So it's not like the flagship MBA program, right? So it's you can't. I mean, not too many people make a lot of career switch and all after the PGPEX program, unlike the ISB and the 1-year programs abroad. So I'm not, again, the point of authority at it. This is just something that was told to me, so I'm just sharing this point here.
So good. What we will do is we're going to have a break now.